we've introduced even higher-powered versions of our Energy Amplifier series with the Energy Pro E2H and E3H. In doing so, we thought it would be only fair to talk about some concerns about using a high-powered power amplifier. Many newcomers to home theater often worry if my speakers are rated for 100 watt. Will using a 300 watt or more powerful amplifier risk damaging the speaker drivers or the amplifier itself? In this blog post, we'd like to share our insights and expertise on this topic for your reference. Imagine your speakers are like a small and old bridge and the amplifier is a massive truck. If you let the truck speed across the bridge, the weight and force could be too much, overwhelming the bridge's structure and causing serious damage. In the same way, cranking a powerful amplifier from 0 to maximum volume instantly can send a surge of energy that your speakers might not be built to handle. This sudden overload can create intense distortion and heat, potentially blowing out speaker cones or burning internal components. To protect your audio equipment and ensure lasting performance, gradually increase the volume to avoid sudden power surges. Monitor audio for any signs of strain, like crackling or buzzing. Use limiters or protection circuits where possible. Use a power amplifier with built-in protection circuitry, like our Energy series. By handling volume adjustments carefully, you preserve both the quality of your sound and the longevity of your speakers. When a low-power amplifier drives high-power speakers, it tends to produce clipping and distortion, which can potentially damage the speaker units, particularly the tweeters. Since the amplifier has limited power, the overall sound output remains low. If you try to crank up the volume, you may increase the sound level, but it will also lead to a significant rise in risk of distortion or damaging your equipment. The output signal is no longer a standard sine wave. Instead, the peaks and valley or nadir of the waveform are flattened. This clipped signal generates higher-order harmonics, which can lead to abnormal vibrations in the tweeter's voice coil. Over time, this strain may cause the voice coil to overheat, potentially damaging the speaker. There's a significant relationship between power and sound pressure level that's often misunderstood. When you double the power, the sound pressure level only increases by 3 decibels. Conversely, if you double the distance from the sound source, the sound pressure level drops by 6 decibels. To perceive a doubling of loudness, your ear requires a 10-fold increase in power. The formula for calculating speaker sound pressure is where S equals speaker sensitivity, W equals amplifier power, and D equals distance from the ear to the speaker. Regardless of how powerful a home power amplifier may be, it won't be overwhelming, so this concern is somewhat misplaced. If you have the resources, adding a power amplifier can be a great addition. So, can higher power damage your equipment? In most cases, the answer is no. However, there are exceptions, particularly when using low-quality speakers, setups lacking protective features, or when employing ultra-high-powered professional amplifiers that significantly surpass the capacity of home speakers. When an amplifier's power significantly exceeds the speaker's capacity, increasing the volume too high can cause the output to exceed what the speaker can handle. Prolonged exposure to this excessive power may cause components, such as the voice, coil, and diaphragm, to generate excessive heat. This heat buildup can ultimately result in problems, such as burning out the voice coil and warping the diaphragm. Take small bookshelf speakers, for instance. They typically have a lower power handling ability. When paired with a high-power amplifier and played at excessively loud volumes, these problems are more likely to occur. So, how can you prevent these issues from cropping up? Number 1. Power matching. The sound level shouldn't rely solely on the amplifier. As the saying goes, a good horse deserves a good saddle. Achieving the right power match between speakers and amplifiers is crucial for ensuring stable, efficient, and low distortion performance throughout the entire home theater audio system. When it comes to amplifier power, the golden rule generally suggests that it should be about 1.222 times the power of the speakers. This is more of a rough guideline and reflects personal opinions. It may not be universally applicable. It's also crucial to take speaker sensitivity into account. For speakers with a sensitivity rating of 90 decibels or higher, An amplifier that's 1.2 times the speaker power is usually adequate. However, for speakers with a sensitivity lower than 85 decibels, it's best to aim for amplifier power that's close to 2 times the speaker power to achieve similar sound pressure levels and overall sound quality. In the past, high-power amplifiers came with a hefty price tag, leading many to resort to tricks like tucking subwoofers into corners or using horns for tweeters. While these approaches can be effective, they often come with their own drawbacks and limitations. Someone inquired, "Is it okay to use a 50-watt Japanese integrated amplifier with 100-watt speakers? It should still make sound, right?" Yes, it will produce sound. But if you're aiming for that immersive THX cinema quality experience with a distortion-free output of 105 decibels, you might be setting your sights too high. Pairing an absurdly powerful 5,000-watt amplifier with a small 50-watt speaker can be just as detrimental as using an underpowered setup. It could potentially damage the speakers. Number 2. High-quality products. When it comes to high-quality products, some amplifiers can deliver significant instantaneous peak power, even if their average output is perfect for matching your speaker's power ratings. These sudden peak bursts may put strain on your speakers. If the speakers are made with poor quality materials, issues can easily arise. Unlike luxury items that are often used once and then discarded, premium audio-visual equipment boasts a unique advantage. It comes packed with features and consistently delivers reliable performance. Indeed, a $3,000 amplifier may not sound 6 times better than a $500 model. Still, its craftsmanship will certainly exhibit greater refinement, and the materials used will be several tiers superior. This principle applies equally to high-quality, well-designed speakers. Their internal components and crossovers excel in heat dissipation and can handle power loads more effectively, as they undergo thorough testing before being released to the market. Reputable brands have a track record of reliability. Unlike cheaper speakers that often are a result of corners being cut at the expense of their listeners. Number 3. Protection system. A low-quality amplifier can unexpectedly start smoking after some time. And while a subpar speaker might not blow up, it could still burn out its speaker unit within a couple of years, all the while not sounding nice. Just how poorly built are some cheap speakers? Some even come without crossovers. In contrast, high-quality speakers are crafted from premium materials and often include protection circuits. For instance, many of our customers have enjoyed their Aperion audio speakers for over 25 years and continue to use them without issue. When it comes to amplifiers, particularly power amplifiers, advancements in technology have led to highly refined circuitry over the years. This kind of protection system is crucial for home audio systems, like Aperion energy power amplifiers. When an output problem is detected, the amplifier automatically limits the output, significantly reducing the chances of damaging the speakers. Features such as overload protection, overheating safeguards, overvoltage handling, overcurrent control, and short-circuit protection are standard in a quality amplifier. However, some affordable stage amplifiers, simple models, or DIY units may lack these essential features, putting speakers at risk of damage from overpowered amplifiers. In the worst-case scenario, this could even result in a fire that endangers someone's home. As for the preamplifier section, the protection circuits have matured significantly, include factory-set, voltage limiting, limiters, frequency shifting, and anti-howling function. Number 4. Reasonable use. Ultimately, it all comes down to using your equipment sensibly. To put it plainly, avoid cranking the volume all the way up before you switch it on, even if it doesn't actually damage the gear. That sudden loud noise can be quite a surprise, similar to the jolt an experienced electrician feels when flipping a switch for the first time. While home audio equipment usually doesn't cause major issues, it's wise to check the master volume knob on your amplifier and the settings on your powered subwoofer before powering them up for the first time. Ideally, you should keep the volume set to no more than 1/3 of the maximum. Start with the subwoofer dialed down to around 9 o'clock. Then gradually adjust the volume based on the AV amplifier's level calibration prompts. For instance, a typical Odyssey system should be tuned to the green zone, while a Dirac live setup needs to ensure the overall level values are just right. To sum up, can a high-power home theater amplifier cause damage to your speakers or the amplifier itself? While the chances are low, it's certainly not out of the question. By keeping an eye on the 4 key points mentioned earlier, you should be well positioned to avoid any damage. If things do go awry, hopefully, your after-sales service is as reliable as Aperion Audio's. Have you ever had the unfortunate experience of frying your theater or audio gear? If you have any stories to tell, feel free to share them in the comments below. That's all for this time. We hope you have a great time. Welcome to our Aperion University series. Here, we will introduce you to basic acoustics knowledge. We hope it will help you. If you like it, please follow us.